Hello, I'm Chris Lawson, and I'm here with two very rare and very special instruments today. These instruments are the very first steel string guitars, other than special custom orders. This is the first steel string guitar offered on the market by Lyon and Healy. This guitar is a near mint guitar from 1910. Behind me, just below my Lawson sign, I'm Chris Lawson of Lawson Guitars, is a Martin from 1917. And it is the first steel string guitar offered by the C.F. Martin and Company uh, that wasn't a special custom order. So we get to compare them today. I'm giving the Martin Healy every advantage because it sounds like a children's toy without it being put with a capo, in my opinion. But it sounds quite pretty with a capo at this fret. And I can't tell you what it sounds like with a capo up here because the neck is entirely too thick to put a capo on up there unless I get a different kind of capo. So I don't have any idea. But it does play very well. Both these guitars play perfectly. Both of them at some time or another in their history have had neck reset, as ancient guitars often need, but they've been done perfectly, and they've been done in a way that leaves them easy playing condition and not likely to need a neck reset ever again. So they're beautiful condition guitars as far as playing goes. Absolutely conditioned. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to play them. So let's just give a listen to a Martin and Healy guitar from 1910. It's over a century old. Very pretty sounding. Not a bad guitar for the era. First with steel strings, uh, not very loud. They didn't make them big body. You really need a microphone if you're going to hear anything with this, and they didn't have the microphones back then, so this was made for a small room, and hence the name parlor guitar. You played this in a small parlor, but then everybody really got to enjoy it because it did sound good in that environment. But then Martin came up and said, "You want to play on steel strings, do you? Well, we're going to come to the game." Okay, this is an Alcoa guitar. Now it has had the back replaced by some very well matched mahogany. Over 50 years ago, this was done. Uh, we know it was over 50 years ago because this guitar was previously owned by the bass player Jim Milne for the band that inspired the Blues Brothers, the Downchild Blues Band, also known as Downchild. And Jim Milne, he was their very first bass guitarist, and he had this guitar for well over 50 years. And the work that was done on this guitar was done before he got it, so very, very old. Beautiful, beautiful wood. Martin did a good job, of course, as always. Martin is famous for their craftsmanship, especially the vintage Martins. I gotta make my mind what I'm gonna play. I'll play the same thing I started with the other guitar. Beautiful sounding instruments. I'm going to take the capo off this one and let it sing more acoustic. These are very delicate to tune. Unlike a normal guitar where you can just go zip, zip, zip and you've got it, you tune any one string and all the other strings go a little bit out because this is an old wood neck and the tension difference makes a difference in the tuning. So you have to get it where you're really close, and all your final adjustments are only final steps that are just a little tweak. It's not quite enough to stress the neck and change the notes on the other strings. So it's a constant back and forth to get it done. But when it is in tune, it's beautiful. Two House of the Rising Sun, I think. Sometimes you just noodle around with some of the same chords and just anyways, it's fun to play with, and this guitar outshines the Lyon & Healy guitar by a million miles, and that's why you can still buy a Martin, but you can't buy a Lyon & Healy. Oh, what do you know? Sometimes the old economic process actually works and delivers us some consumer goods we really want. This, oh my, last one. They only made 17 of these in 1917. This is the last one known standing, and most of them were marked with the Southern California Music Company marking. This one, I don't think you're ever going to see it on the camera, actually has the Martin stamp right here. So it's a CF Martin, and it has it. Oh, see, bump, see. This guitar's seen worse than that little bump, but I don't want to bump it ever again, thank you. Anyway, amazing guitar and amazing sound. They first tried to introduce the steel string guitars to the people who were playing the ukulele market, and so they used the ukulele style wood, and Southern California Music Company was marketing ukuleles, and they had access to the koa wood from Hawaii, and so they cooperated with Martin and provided Martin with koa wood, and Martin gave them dibs on the first issue of the steel string guitars they put out, trying to convince ukulele players to get attracted to playing guitar. And so they tried it here as a test market. The next year, they put out their own version. Martin said, hey, that was selling. They put out 18 of these as 018s. But this is the precursor. It's the 1350 model. 1350 is a Southern California Music Company number. That's why you won't find it in a Martin List catalog. But I've got all the paperwork on this from Martin, including correspondence between the late Mike Longworth and the late Jim Milne of Downchild. So a fabulous guitar, a little bit of history, as well as a little bit of music. Wish I was a better performer to really show you what this guitar could do for you, because it's an astounding guitar, and how can you not love it?